All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into something I think is a real game changer for founders. We're going to deconstruct a sort of quiet intervention happening in the startup world right now. It's called SaaSReadyit. And their core thesis, it is absolutely crucial. You simply have to validate before you build. Let's get right into it. Okay, let's kick things off with a pretty brutal reality check. 90%. Yeah, you heard that right. 90% of SaaS ideas completely fail. I mean, just think about the gravity of that for a second. 9 out of 10 projects flatline. But what's truly fascinating here is that this massive failure rate is rarely because of a lack of skill or a lack of passion. The builders who fail are very often incredibly talented developers and absolutely relentless workers. So what exactly is the fatal flaw causing all this? Well, as this quote brilliantly points out, the root cause is hidden. Most SaaS ideas die before they're ever built. The true failure comes from that classic, universal founder nightmare, building in complete silence. You know the drill. You lock yourself in a room for months, you obsessively perfect the UI, you set up the entire database in total isolation, and then you launch to absolutely crickets. Why? Because you built a brilliant solution for a problem literally no one was actually willing to pay to solve. And this silent trap? It threatens a huge variety of builders who desperately need real evidence before dedicating a massive chunk of their lives to a concept. We're talking about the solo founders sitting on a notebook full of ideas with zero validation. First-time entrepreneurs who are just paralyzed by the fear of building the wrong thing. Serial builders, who, rightfully so, demand hard data before committing to a grueling 6-month code base. Even corporate intrapreneurs, the folks who need concrete, undeniable evidence just to pitch a new initiative internally. To fix this whole mess, we need a massive, and I mean massive, paradigm shift. We have to completely reframe the timeline from just guessing in isolation to acquiring concrete market intelligence almost instantly. Actually, scratch the almost. Instantly. Instead of surrendering months of your life to building on pure assumption, imagine generating actual, actionable market intelligence in roughly 3 minutes. It is a profound shift in how we value a founder's time. So here is the golden rule, the absolute non-negotiable point of this entire methodology. You have to ask the market for validation before you write a single line of code, and definitely before you spend a dime on ads. Validation first, execution second. If you don't have those early market signals, if you don't know what the competitor landscape looks like, and if you haven't identified actual, real-world demand, your code is functionally useless. This whole approach is basically designed to save you from the ultimate entrepreneurial tragedy, which is successfully executing the totally wrong plan. And that brings us directly to the tool itself, SaaSReadyit.com. It's essentially an AI-powered validation engine built to generate professional market research reports from your raw idea in, like we said, about 3 minutes. What I find really compelling about this is the ethos behind it. It was built by a solo founder specifically for other founders. It leverages AI to do all that heavy lifting, stripping away the corporate fluff to basically stop you from making a massive, time-consuming mistake. Now, you might be wondering, how on earth is it that fast? Well, under the hood, the infrastructure making this speed and accuracy possible is seriously impressive. The platform dynamically utilizes the most capable AI available at the exact moment you hit generate. The primary engine driving all this deep reasoning is OpenAI's GPT-5, but it's also engineered with Google Gemini 2.5 Flash as a fallback model. This ensures that your intelligence is delivered smoothly, no matter what's going on with server loads. It's a highly robust setup. All that AI horsepower drives 3 progressive tiers of research depth. This is great because it's designed to give founders exactly the level of intelligence they need at that specific moment. I mean, not every single idea needs an investment-grade deep dive right out of the gate, right? Sometimes you just need a quick gut check. And other times you're about to quit your day job and you need absolute certainty. Let's break down exactly what the starter, professional, and expert reports actually do for you. First up, we've got the starter report. This tier combines early market signal data with that GPT-5 synthesis to give you a really fast, actionable read on your idea's baseline viability. This is perfect for the back-of-the-napkin stage of your idea. It's fast, it's incredibly clean, and it immediately highlights foundational validation. If there's a glaring fatal flaw in your concept, say a complete lack of market need or some insurmountable barrier to entry, this report is designed to flag it before you spend another minute daydreaming about your future IPO. Now, for founders who need more than just surface-level answers, the professional tier layers in reliable market data to reveal demand signals, market positioning, and, this is huge, exactly which tools your future competitors are actually using. This is where it gets highly tactical. It's one thing to vaguely know you have competitors, it's another entirely to possess real competitor tech stack intelligence. Knowing exactly what infrastructure the incumbents are running lets you spot their weaknesses and perfectly position your product to exploit those gaps. And finally, we have the expert tier. This produces the absolute deepest analysis by running multi-part sequential research calls. The AI literally builds its findings in progressive layers, where each section actively informs the next. This isn't just a simple prompt and response. This is GPT-5 conducting chained research, analyzing an initial finding, and then digging even deeper based on that exact finding to uncover real nuance. The source material refers to this as investment-grade depth, and for sure, this is the exact intelligence you want in your hands before you max out a credit card or sign away half a year of your life. But here's a really crucial detail. Regardless of the depth you choose, every single tier of this market intelligence is delivered directly to you as a fully downloadable, professional-grade document. It is so important that this isn't just some fleeting chat window that disappears the second you close your browser. It is a tangible asset. You can share it with potential co-founders. You can use it to pitch those internal stakeholders we talked about earlier. Or hey, just print it out and stick it on your wall to keep your development completely laser-focused on what the market actually demands. Gonna be. Will you use the intelligence available to validate first, or will you let your ego take the wheel and choose to build blind?